Sometimes it sounds a little scary when you think about what the potential of radon and what it can do. So we brought in Arthur Binder, who's the president of Binder Plumbing and Heating in Decatur, to talk a little bit about this. You've been part of the community for 60 years, so you know your business here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Let's talk about this. So we just heard odorless, colorless. How long have you been in the business? How long have you seen this? And what do you hear the most about when people call?
The certification is relatively new for our area. We sent 4 people to Springfield to IEMA to be certified last November.
Illinois Emergency Management Agency?
Correct. Yeah. Yes. So I have 4 licensed certified installers and 1 professional, and we've been going strong ever since.
So talk a little bit about how you test for radon. Why do people need to do the test?
Well, first of all, it is, as you say, dangerous. I mean, it is the 2nd leading cause of lung cancer. Normally what happens is a family that's concerned about the level of radon will have a testing company come out and test for levels. If you are above 4 picocuries per liter, which is
like kind of what we're looking at there.
Yes, that's the threshold. Then we'll come out. They call us. They want a mitigation company to get rid of the radon. That's where we come in.
Let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing on there. That 4 picocuries. Is that, am I no, curies?
Yes.
Curies. Okay, so that's the equivalent then of someone smoking 5.3 cigarettes per hour when you're looking at it in the danger. For 18.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
5.3 cigarettes for 18 hours.
Yes.
And that's the equivalent of the danger that radon poses.
Yes, that's basically over 5 cigarettes a day.
Whoa.
Breathing it in your home.
Without even knowing it.
Without smoking, yes.
Ooh, okay.
Not cool.
No, not cool.
Not at all.
Good
not
reason.
at all.
A lot of people.
And you'll never notice it because you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it.
Where does it come from? How does it get in our homes?
It's naturally occurring from the breakdown of uranium in rock, soil, and water. And radon is prevalent throughout the United States. It's a naturally occurring gas.
And then how do we get rid of it?
Well, first of all, we use a device that we have. This is a micro grab sampler. And when we come out to your home, this will allow us to get a snapshot of where the hot spots in your basement are, or your crawl space, or what have you, whether you're on a slab foundation. This will give us an idea where to start. And the goal is, like a vacuum cleaner, you want to produce a negative airflow underneath your foundation. So you want to draw air out to an exit, to a pipe that will exit out of your house,
you can send it out
instead of it coming up through other areas of your foundation. Because as a gas, it'll come up, seep up through cracks. If you've had a plumbing system put in your basement, normally you have a void there where your bathtub shower drain is hooked up, sump pump, anything like that.
There's a way to get it out of there.
Yeah, so what we try to do is we actively set a system to force air out from underneath the foundation.
Is there a certain kind of home? You mentioned slab homes. Is there a certain kind of home that's more susceptible to radon?
Well,
or is more protected?
It can actually be any type of home. The newer homes are more than likely going to harbor more radon because they're tighter. You don't have as many air changes per hour as you would in an older home that may have more creaks and cracks and settling and ways for natural ventilation to come through the house.
Interesting.
Okay, so you come out, you test, then you install this so that it will constantly go out, or it's just like a one-time thing?
We will install it, we will certify it, and then it needs to be retested every 2 years.
Interesting. Okay. We're looking at another equivalency chart here. So radiation exposure because of radon. If we look at the 4 picocurie level again, that's the equivalent of having 200 chest x-rays taken a year.
Yeah, so this is just basically a different type of chart. So people that don't associate with smoking, or, well, I smoke anyway, so what's that mean, an extra couple cigarettes? Well, here's another example for you of what it can do for your radiation level.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
not
look
good.
at that. Yeah, and I wonder what's the average? What do you find? Like, and at what level? Because I think this is important. You see maybe your levels 2 or less, and you don't know, do I spend the money? Do I roll the dice and just take a risk? Like,
will it just get worse?
Yeah.
Well, it can change from time to time. So there's short-term tests you can do, and there's long-term tests. A long-term test is a 90-day test, and that will give you a long-term history of basically, this is pretty accurate of what my house is going to be like. Short term is 48 hours. Then that's why they say to have it retested every couple of years, because houses settle, cracks develop in foundations, so it does need to be tested.
Okay, really quickly, I just wanted to mention that tomorrow there's some new efficiency standards going into effect with water heaters.
Yes.
So what do we need to know about that?
Well, the Department of Energy, this is federally enforced, is changing the efficiency standards of all residential water heaters. It's not affecting commercial water heaters yet, but everything in your home. They're going to require an extra inch of insulation. So they're going to be fatter, and they're going to be taller, and they're going to be more expensive.
So this is only affecting like new home builders?
This is affecting anybody who has a water heater in their house that's going bad.
Oh.
So anytime you get a new water heater, expect that you're going to have that extra pad.
Yes. Now, they're allowing us to sell the existing water heaters until they're out of stock. But as of tomorrow, all the manufacturers are going to be making the new ones.
All right.
A good reason to go and get radiant heat, right?
Yes.
Which you guys do.
Yes.
So we'll have to have you back to talk about that. Great information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Arthur Binder of
Yeah.
Binder Plumbing and Heating. We appreciate you coming in. If you want to connect with Arthur and his team, go to CILiving.tv after today's show.
Yeah, and if you are considering radiant heat, hey, we have an opportunity for you in our second CI giving of the day. We're giving away a $90